Hey, what's up? It's Jim, and I just got back from the new film, The Expendables 2. Bruce Willis has instructed them to go get this device that is a map to where this plutonium is stored in a mine, and then they're cut off by Jean-Claude Van Damme's villainous character named Villain. It's spelled similar to villain, however you pronounce it, and that's pretty silly in itself. Villain and his evil mercenary army, they surround the Expendables and steal this, remote thing that shows you where the plutonium is. They find it, and the Expendables have to go and stop them from getting the plutonium and selling it at $4 million. They're going to sell it off, and it could do a lot of damage to the world. So the Expendables go, and there's various cameos throughout the way from people like Chuck Norris, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Bruce Willis, and it's a lot of fun. I did like the first Expendables movie. It's a very stupid kind of genre action film. And when I look at this film versus the original film, I think this is not directed by the same director. The first Expendables film was directed by Sylvester Stallone. And this Expendables film is directed by Simon West, who's not a director I'm really a big fan of at all. He did stuff like When a Stranger Calls, the Lara Croft Tomb Raider movie, the first one. He did Con Air, he did A General's Daughter, and he did The Mechanic, the remake with Jason Statham. And when I first heard he was directing this, I was kind of not really thrilled about it. And whereas the first one is trying to be a little serious and darker, this one's a lot more humorous, a lot more fun, a lot more explosions, the stakes are higher. So in a lot of ways, it's your typical sequel. But I think when I was watching, I was like, this is exactly what I wanted. And instead of, in the first Expendables film, everyone kind of got their own little action sequence, you know? And they were different, you know, Statham got one, and then Jet Li got one. And in this film, they all work as a group a lot more. I mean, I felt like they were always a team, even in the first one. They make the action sequences so they're all fighting as a team. You know, Jet Li will be fighting this one guy in an awesome sequence, and then they'll cut back to Terry Crews beating the shit out of some other guy, and then Randy Couture kicking somebody else's ass. Whereas the first Expendables film is like an 80s throwback. It reminds me of an 80s film. This is like taking all those guys and doing it in more of a modern way, but not in a way that's like bastardizing it, that you're like, oh, I hate this kind of direction. I actually liked it. I thought it emphasized the group really well. It had the group work really well together. Jet Li, unfortunately, isn't in very much of it. He's really not even in any of the parts with Jean-Claude Van Damme, which would be awesome to see a Jean-Claude Van Damme Jet Li fight, but alas, it does not happen in this film. However, Jet Li gets probably a better martial arts sequence at the beginning of this film than he did in the last Expendables film. I mean, he's punching this guy and blood shooting out of his face. I was just like, whoa, what am I in for? This is awesome. More of what you'd want from the Expendables, and it kind of doesn't make me get tired of them as an audience member. Like, I want to see Expendables 3 now, and have Nick Cage and hopefully Chow Yun-fat and whoever do it, because I had fun. Like, I laughed, like everyone in the audience laughed with me. You know, we all had a good time, and I didn't even meet any of them. Simon West is really making a modern Expendables 2, and Expendables, the first one, is really in the, like I even said in the first review, it's very much like the Ninja Assassin kind of film, the 80s throwback movie. The Republican trifecta of Chuck Norris, Bruce Willis, and Arnold Schwarzenegger were all fun to see. Chuck Norris, his first appearance looked like kind of one of those guest appearances on The Simpsons where they had a lot of guest stars in one episode and someone would just be there really quick and disappear. And I didn't think he was coming back, but he does. It was kind of a reference to the character Chuck Norris played in films like Good Guys Wear Black, and that was fun. I didn't really grow up as much with Chuck Norris. To me, he's always really been Walker, Texas Ranger, but Arnold, it's fun seeing Arnold. Arnold, like, every line was stupid and silly. Willis was fun as well. There was a sequence where you see, it's like Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, it's just those three shooting down bad guys, and it was like, yes, this is what I want from Expendables 2. Like, this is the dumb fun. I want to see the wet dream of those three getting together. The script is embarrassing, it's stupid, it's silly, but it kind of like owns itself in a way I haven't seen an action movie really do in a while. And I've seen like a lot of stupid action movies, especially in a world, you know, it always feels like we're living in a Hollywood now where you can't get a super violent major Hollywood film made. Look at Total Recall. Total Recall is PG-13, and that sucks. Like, I don't want to see a big violent action movie that's PG-13. If you're gonna do a big violent action movie, stay true to what you are and show us the blood, show us the gore. Van Damme as Villain, which is still hilarious that they called the villain Villain, but whatever. These films really absolutely have to have a really strong, awesome, cool villain, and much like Eric Roberts in the first film, and Jean-Claude Van Damme really excels at that kind of role, and he's really very good at doing the villainous role. I liked his fight with Stallone. Expendables 2 takes the big, stupid Hollywood action movie machine and makes it fun. People complain about stupid summer movies. They're not intelligent. They're not meant, you know, they're not like the thought-provoking films that show Hollywood can really achieve great art. But when I'm watching Expendables 2, I'm thinking like, wow, it's really funny. It's really funny that Arnold Schwarzenegger just said, "I'll be back." And like sometimes that's all I want from the movies. Is a kind of fun, dumb, simple little cheeseburger of a movie. So if you have seen The Expendables 2 and you would like to talk about it, then comment below in the comments, and subscribe if you would like to. If you would like to watch how I used to do my reviews but don't anymore, you can watch my original Expendables review, which will have an annotation below. And yeah, a lot has changed in the 2 years since